Hello everybody, welcome to my stream. It's a little scuffed, that's okay. Oh, shit. Hello everybody, welcome to my stream. It's a little scuffed, that's okay. Fuck. Shit. Hold on. Shit. Anyways, sorry about that. As the title said, I am, we're going to be doing some art and going over, occultea. So what this is, it's kind of like, just like, I kind of consider it like a poll on just like, online witchcraft spaces and how, kind of we've been, interacting with them, I guess. Now this is kind of, from mostly an outsider, like, I've been doing witchcraft for, like, the better part of 10 years at this point. My tummy is very hurt right now. Anyways, yeah, I've been in the witchcraft community, well, let's say in the witchcraft community, more like observing the witchcraft community for the better part of 10 years. Like, I don't really consider myself, like, as participating in online spaces. I'm just viewing them. Especially since I don't think, okay, I'm gonna be real. You can tell me if I'm totally wrong on this, but, I don't think, witchcraft should be, like, our witchcraft lives should be, spent on, just hanging out online, you know? Like, I know, places like Tumblr are useful for, just, like, getting information and stuff, but I guess that's just my opinion on that. A lot of this is going to be just my opinion, so, yeah, this is going to be quite the opinionated, stream, but, since this is my kind of first video into, like, relevant to witchcraft, I want to kind of, oops, sorry. I want to kind of introduce myself. Hello, my name is The Moon. My pronouns are they, them. Let's see. I'm not quite sure how I'd describe my practice, but I guess, like, I think a little bit of everything from all over the world. Or at least, like, what I'm comfortable with taking. Let's see. Again, I've been doing this for like 10 years. I started my journey sometime in high school, actually. Yeah, I was like in the middle of high school when I started doing this witch shit. Let's see. Oh yeah, I am a VTuber. Witchcraft isn't pretty much, like, witchcraft isn't my only, like, main thing that I do in this space. You know, like, sometimes I will do a tarot stream here or there, or, just, like, or games, or casual chatting. I really want to try doing, like, altar reviews and stuff like that, but I'm not sure how comfortable other people would be with that. But, yeah, I kind of want to, but I do think, it would be a fun idea. Like, it's an idea I've had in the woodworks for a while. I'm just waiting to have, like, enough people on board with my channel, before I try anything like that. Because I am a very small creator at the moment, if you haven't noticed. But, yeah, I think that's a good introduction. Let's see. Impact on my community. my personal, uh, again, also I should preface this by saying, again, this is a very, this is from someone who is pretty much outside of, like, I guess it's just my niche of content isn't really, witchcraft. Like, some of it is, occasionally, but I wouldn't call myself a witchcraft creator. I'm just a creator that occasionally does stuff, related to witchcraft. But anyways, okay, topic 1, impact on community. I'm gonna have to drink it. Let me drink. At some point. What is my personal reason or inspiration behind sharing my practice online? Again, I don't really share that much. Like, like, I feel like the most I get to, like, showing my practice online is, like, being on places like Discord or something, and, like, maybe we'll be talking about, like, a personal gnosis and stuff like that, you know, just kind of chatting about, like, our kind of, not opinions, but just, like, how the witchcraft world or scene kind of affects us, and just, like, how that affects, like, our interpretation of the world around us. And I feel like that's a good part of why I watch Reddit witchcraft creators, too, because I do like, I like learning more about, like, how different people, kind of perceive this crazy thing we call witchcraft, you know, like, and I guess that answers the second question, which is, what am I looking to achieve by participating? For me, it's really, like, to learn and connect. And maybe educate once I feel, confident enough to, educate people. Well, I'm gonna close my door. Let me get a snack. Probably not. But hold on, give me 1 second. Alright, back. Sorry about that. The wind keeps blowing my door open. It's kind of cold and windy tonight. Anyways, so, like, second question. What am I looking to achieve? Yeah, just, like, learning and connecting to the craft, to other people, and maybe eventually educate. Like, I do want to do, like, streams where I, like, do Q&As, on witchcraft and stuff like that, and just, like, talk about my craft, or, like, maybe do streams where I'm setting up my, like, an altar or something. Like, I feel like that would be really fun, and I feel like that would be really useful to others, who are also in the scene, and, just, like, who also do witchcraft. or also in the pagan community. I guess I should be calling it that. So again, this is my first time doing something like this, so I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm just not well versed in what I'm doing. Talking to the greater witchcraft community. This will be put up on YouTube with the hashtag, which is kind of scary because I know there's a lot of bigger creators on there, so it's kind of it's kind of scary for me to be in that spotlight for once. But you know, something I gotta get used to, I guess. Let's see, how do I believe social media as a whole has impacted the community? This is a really interesting one, especially once I found witchcraft through social media. I found witchcraft. You will not believe this. You know, like those little book libraries they have. We have 2 on my street, and again, this is like 10 years ago. So I was walking home from high school, right? Like the bus dropped me off, and I was walking home to my house, right? And I just found this book that drew me in. It was like on like the Sabbats or something like that. And I've been a witch ever since. I've been a pagan ever since. How do I think social platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube have impacted? Okay, so I do remember I was on TikTok for a time, and I feel like might be time for me to get some water soon. Anyways, I do feel like especially TikTok. I don't think TikTok's been that great for the witchcraft community. I feel like it's kind of giving us a little bit of a bad name. Like, I know every once in a while, and that's just part of being like a part of like the community people think are kind of weird online. Like, look at me. I'm a furry. I'm a VTuber, and I'm talking to you about witchcraft. You know, like the pagan community in general. What does that say about me? I feel like that says a lot about me, whether I wanted to or not. Like, that's just me. That's just how we roll, right? Anyways, but yeah, I don't think that short form content is, in my opinion, short form content just rubs me the wrong way as a tool for like witchcraft information source. I haven't really tried Instagram. I really can never get into Instagram. Like, the closest Instagram has affected my class. It's just, or my craft is to just tell me when my local witchcraft store has things going on, and like deals and like what's on sale this week and stuff like that. You know, that's as close as my craft connects to Instagram. But I feel like I do get like most of my information on YouTube from that's where I get most of my information on witchcraft is on YouTube. Which brings me to another point, which is is consuming and content becoming a substitute for practice, which I kind of feel like yes. Especially when it comes to, again, short form content. I'm gonna sound like a boomer in this video, I guess. and this is a stream. But I don't think short form content has done anything good for the witchcraft scene. And I don't. But honestly, I do. But sometimes I feel like I don't really have a place to talk because you want to know where I found like a majority of, or like a good portion of my witchcraft content when I first started out? Spells of Magic. Spellsofmagic.com, which if you don't know, is this crazy fucking website where anybody and their dog can just post these random ass spells. And, like, sometimes you will find like good legitimate spells, but like other times there's just like weird things that like you really can't, like, aren't physically possible even when it comes to witchcraft and stuff like that. Like, those were kind of the days, like, okay, there might be a few tangents here, especially, in the beginning here, like, I have two, I'm not, I have many stories to tell here. I have many stories to tell. So, one of my first, okay, so there was this guy, I was into him during high school, and, like, again, I did ignore some warnings when it came to witchcraft. Like, obviously I didn't do any cultural appropriation or anything like that. But, again, I was like 15 and fucking stupid, okay? That's how I'm gonna protest a lot of my weird-ass childhood, witchcraft stories, is I was 15 and stupid. Because I feel like that's valid, right? I was 15 and stupid is a completely valid sentence when it comes to just like how my witchcraft practice started. Like, so there was this guy, he was like, I think he was exchange student from like Croatia or Germany or some shit, right? And I was into him, and I did a love spell on him without his knowledge, without his consent. And we did actually end up, that was actually my first relationship, like, it was my first kiss and shit. Yeah, he was my first kiss, and all that good stuff, like, it's like, but like, it really didn't end well. It didn't end well. I mean, obviously this was like my first kiss, my first relationship. I don't even want to talk about where he ended up. I don't even want to talk about that yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for that conversation. Who's who boy? Another one. This is kind of a smaller one. Just a little chiller after whatever the fuck my first attempt at witchcraft was. So I just thought I did like a little warming up spell. And just to like warm myself up waiting for the bus, because it was fucking cold. But and I could go on about like the cringe fucking things I did to impress my first crush, like my first partner. Like, hoo boy. Like, I might make that like a sub goal. I'm not even willing to talk about it unless it's like a sub goal or some like weird shit. Anyways, what's next here? Out of what I share on social media, how much is it stage versus reality? Again, I feel like, I mean, you really can't stage a live tarot reading, or at least I don't have the know-how to. I'm not smart enough to figure that shit out. Excuse me. Like, I do have like ideas of what I would share. But again, I feel like they would be mainly on stream. Like there might be some things I figure out like as I go along. Just like feeling like I'm not going to call myself an alternative witchcraft content creator or anything like that. Like I do feel like I have a bit of a different view and just like kind of a different style. I mean, I browsed the occultea tag and I'm the only one who has a fucking Furry Vtuber for an avatar. I'm the only one using a Vtuber avatar, period. So, yeah. Let's see. Is there an element of censorship in online spaces? You mean like inner censorship, like you're censoring your own stuff, or because I feel like it's kind of both ways, and I feel like it should be both ways, especially if you're trying to like I don't think you should share everything about your craft online, even if your aim is to help other people. Like obviously helping other people figuring out witchcraft and stuff like that is great. Like that is commendable, and I do want to do some streams or something where we study like paganism together. Hopefully Twitch won't eat me off the platform for that. But you know, I feel like that would be really fun, and I feel like that has a lot of potential. Let's see. But yeah, I do. But again, I do like. I feel like there is like this pressure to like keep magic positive and happy and stuff. Even though I do feel like I do feel like I lost my train of thought. Whoops. I do feel like there again. Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. I'm just gonna move on. I might circle back if I remember, but probably not. Anyways. How do I decipher what is appropriate to share online versus what to keep privately? Again, I'm super new to this, but like, and I haven't really done any like big like streams or anything like that where I talk about witchcraft. Like, this is my first time really just diving into my craft on a stream like this. And I kind of like it so far. Like I do like talking about my witchcraft a little bit, honestly. Like it's kind of comfy. Like just like grabbing like some nice warm tea. It's kind of a chilly night as the cold weather is on its way out. And I just kind of get to chat about witchcraft with you guys. Like I like that. Anyways, like for me, I really wouldn't like broadcast me doing a spell that's super personal to me, or like or like something like that. You know, like I feel like it's important to keep those personal spells off the internet. or like also spells don't want undone, because I have heard I don't have an experience with this, but I have heard like if you do a spell online, someone can figure out how to undo that, and I don't want that. That doesn't sound great. You know, just like common sense too. Let's see. Have you ever encountered or heard of grifters in our community? Of course I have. I haven't really encountered grifters, but again, like a lot of this is gonna go back to me not really having that experience that everyone else might have in this community. Again, I really like being a pagan. I really do love this funky little witchcraft community we've made ourselves. And I do like just having the ability to even be pagan in the first place. Like, hey, I could just celebrate this religion that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years, and that's really cool to me. Anyways, yeah, like I don't really have anything to do with the grifters just yet. But I will say I do have this theory that like a lot of grifters like exist to intentionally make us like look bad for like religious reasons or whatever the fuck. Let's see. What tools are helpful to decipher misinformation? And how can we as a community prevent widespread information? For me, it's calling out bullshit when you see it. You know? Like obviously I don't know everything about there is to being a witchcraft on social media or online. But for me, calling out bullshit when you see it, and shutting that shit down. You know, I'm in communities like furry community, and if someone's out for being like a pedo or a zoophile, we call that shit out and we shut them down. And for me, like, I feel like as like in the witchcraft community, I feel like we need to take the exact same approach. Like I know, like spreading information on witchcraft, more often than not, is not that serious. But I do feel like it does make sense to like just like take no bullshit approach to that. And of course, like I will always advocate for doing your own research and coming to your own conclusions on things. How does a large following impact the perception of its creator? I don't know, man. I just got here. Again, this is like, so I'm kind of an outsider, and I don't think I'm ever going to be like a quote-unquote influencer, which I hate that term anyways. Especially because, like, I feel like it's been tainted. I feel like that's definitely been tainted. Let's see. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. Let's see. Does this immediately make them an expert? I don't think if you guys can allow these two get together. Or are there other assumptions as to why they have a large following? For me, I feel like, obviously having a large following, in any realm of the internet does not automatically make you an expert. I've seen people with huge following make the most insane remarks there is known to man. So, obviously, I don't think we should, like, again, fact check everything. and like the bigger creators are saying, first off, like be sure to fact check, and call things out. You know, like you know what? Sometimes like again, this kind of goes back to the misinformation. Um, and again, like it honestly depends on the misinformation. Like if it's not so bad, we can like just like calmly correct. But if it's like really bad or something that could like actively harm or hurt somebody, again, call that shit out, shut it down. You know, like call the person out and report them. Like that's again, I'm sure it's like one of those things where it's not that easy. But again, this is like my first time in doing something like this, so please be gentle with me. I'm gonna skip that last one because I don't feel like I'm really fit to say anything on it again. Because for the most part, this is from the view of an outsider looking in. So I'm gonna go to the next one. Imposter syndrome and FOMO. Oh boy. Let's see. When I follow other creators in the community space, does it make me feel alternately inspired and empowered, or does it make it, or does it create? I feel like again, as an outsider, it empowers me. You know, again, I love learning about witchcraft. I love learning the ins and outs and how other people just kind of conduct their craft and what other people's paths are. You know, like I have so many like witchy creators where I might watch like I might watch their videos, but I don't really follow the same path they do, and that's okay. And I feel like that's for the better, you know. It would be boring if everyone you watched, or in my opinion, it would be boring if everyone I watched followed the exact same path as me, or like did the exact same spells as me. You know, like these little differences in the witchcraft community, like that's what makes it so special, you know? The fact that we don't have a centralized religion, you know? We don't really have any figureheads or anything like that. Again, I do feel like I kind of experienced FOMO, although especially like sometimes I'll just feel like at a time of the year or like at a Sabbath where I'm just not as into it or anything, and for one reason or another, I will feel a sense of FOMO for some reason. You know, again, I don't think that's so common. Okay. That's better. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I got a little distracted. Anyways, an example would be the need to purchase the latest product. Okay, I have a really bad hard time with that. With tarot decks actually. Like I fucking love my tarot decks, dude. But like for the past the past 2 years, I have found like tarot decks that like they were still in like the pre-order phase, and I was like, oh, I have to fucking have this. Like this is the best tarot deck I've ever seen in my life. Like this is the most beautiful tarot deck I've seen, and just like kind of that sort of mentality. And you know, I kind of feel it actually kind of my everyday habits too. Because like okay, so like I go to therapy, right? But like every week after I go to therapy, since it's kind of like the same part of my town, I will go to my local witch shop and just kind of check out what's doing, like see what's doing. Maybe chat to some people, just kind of see what's going on, what's going down in the community. But I don't think that's too bad. Like obviously sometimes I will dish out on like kind of expensive things, but again, it's like one of those things where I come in kind of prepared to spend. Or like another thing I kind of do is if I'm traveling, I will go by like the local witch shop there, like the area I've traveled to, and just kind of see what that like area's craft is like, you know, like here I feel like it's a good mixed bag. Of course, like you're always gonna have a mixed bag wherever you go, but over here it's more like mountain magic and that sort of thing, because I do live like right next to the Appalachian Mountains. So like you're gonna see like more moth symbols and stuff like that, and like just kind of more things associated with the Appalachian Mountains. But like when I was back down in Florida a few weeks ago, I remember like, hey, the place I went to seemed to have like more like Caribbean voodoo types things. I'm trying to be disrespectful here, but like I'm always gonna be interested in seeing like just hey, what's the witchcraft scene in this area like when I go somewhere new or I haven't been before. Or even like somewhere old, because again, you're always gonna find interesting things when you travel. You know, I found something that like I have like a necklace from the Florida trip, and I almost bought like an alligator head for my altar to Loki. You know, just like you know, like that's just like me as like a pagan who loves to travel. You know. But like I don't really do it to fit in. I don't think I feel like nobody should like gear their craft to fit in. Again, like it would be boring if everyone fit into witchcraft. And like for me, like part of the like for me, like part of witchcraft as a religion is to not fit in. You know, like we aren't meant to fit in here, and like that's great. It's great to have it's great to have a religion where everyone is just kind of doing their own thing. Practicing my witchcraft. Do I find myself comparing what I do to what I've seen? I feel like it's only natural, but like And like sometimes I will be like, but like sometimes it will be like in an imposter syndrome way. Sometimes I'll just be like, oh, so and so used this herb for this spell. It worked out pretty well for them, so maybe I'll use that instead of this. You know, just like, you know, it's like one of those things where everyone's gonna have different correspondences is for different items. You know, everyone's gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna take an example from Hearth Witch, who was one of my favorite pagans ever. One of my favorite like witchy content creators ever. Like if you like, okay, so like if you are in a dream and if you see like a shark in a dream, like in your dreams, what that shark means to you is going to mean different things based on your perception of sharks, you know? Like, you know, like, everyone's going to have a different perception of different things when it comes to witchcraft. And that's really important to recognize. What would my practice look without the what would my practice look like without the social media? I guess like I am getting hit with that VTuber imposter syndrome, so that's a little. But that's a topic for another day, right? That's a mental breakdown for another day and another time. Okay. So what my practice looks like without the social media influence of our other creators. Honestly, I don't think it would be as enriched. Because again, like a big part of my early journeys on learning how to be a witch all took place on places like learning how to do witchcraft and like just learning about the craft in general took place on social media. You know, like, of course back then, there wasn't really TikTok, but for me it was like, YouTube creators, and, really, YouTube creators, and, Tumblr. Like, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Like obviously Tumblr and YouTube aren't the no be alls. Like you should still read about the craft and stuff like that. If you're interested in it, but you know, like that's how I got my start. Just like how I kind of dug deeper. Just kind of. Like, I remember, like, watching, I heard it was Harmony and Ice. I think that was, like, the first, like, witchy VTuber, not VTuber, YouTuber I ever watched. But yeah, I think that's enough for that, for the topic. Let's see, capitalizing off community, topic 4. Let's see. How do I consider online communities as equally valid to in-person communities? Honestly, yes. I feel like you can learn, like, as much as you can learn from in-person communities, you can learn so much more from online communities. You know, like, again, it's one of those things where different people have different ways of practice and in different parts of the world. You know, like, again, even if I'm not, like, actively taking those ideas for myself, I do find, like, really interesting just kind of to see what other people are doing with their craft, you know? Like, that's important to me. Just kind of seeing where everyone else's craft stands. Because, again, witchcraft is something that's super fluid. And just, like, everyone has a different viewpoint of it, too. I'm trying to draw while doing this. Good God. Let's see. Anyways. This is going to be my thumbnail. Because this is going to be going up on YouTube. Well, anyways, how have occult/witchcraft communities impacted me as a person and practitioner? I mean, it got me into witchcraft in the first place. Or one of the bigger reasons why I got into witchcraft in the first place. You know, like, I've been in all kinds of, like, Discord servers and stuff like that. But, like, also, like, in person, too. Like, sometimes I will manage to creep over to, like, the local park whenever they have, like, the Sabbath meeting and that sort of thing. You know, like, I do feel like I have met some really cool people through witchcraft, too. You know, like, and, you know, I'm like one of those people who I love meeting new people. Like, yeah, I can be a little bit of an anxious being sometimes, but I love meeting new people from, like, all around. Like, I would say I'm an adventurous human being, but I wasn't really born with a body to do those adventures, you know? Well, anyways, before we get depressing, have I've been personally affected by this? Oh wait, what are some of the dangers of the current phenomenon of capitalizing off the witchcraft community? Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, now we're getting into maybe a little bit of salty territory. But yeah, I think I don't like it when people capitalize off of us. Like, especially, like, if that goes unchecked, like, if, like, the big brands aren't doing the research, which I know they aren't. Like, I know they don't give a fuck about that sort of thing. Like, I feel like that can be really dangerous and lead to, like, a lot of, like, rampant cultural appropriation and that sort of thing. And you know what? That's not good. That's not good. Like, obviously, again, I'm gonna keep restating this, that I love the witchcraft community, but damn, like, especially, like, I feel like that's most dangerous to, like, newcomers in the community, too. Like, people who are new to the craft and don't really know what they're doing. Like, and hey, I would be lying if I said that I bought a White Sage bundle or two before I figured out, hey, I'm not supposed to be doing that. That's not part of my culture. But hey, I don't do that now. Or like, I'm not even like when it comes to like those like big like witch kits and stuff. Like sometimes like gotta be careful with those because they might slip in something you're not supposed to be using, or like things that are like considered to be appropriative or problematic in one way or another. But again, that's just part of the community. You know, like, and again, like, hey, I've seen like a seller on Etsy or something who wasn't like indigenous or in general who was selling white sage. I kind of yeeted whatever was had in my cart from them out of my cart, you know? Like, I feel like you have to be really picky when it comes to, like, small creators. Like, you can never really trust people can do the right thing in this community sometimes. And that kind of sucks, because I want to trust people. You know, like, I want people in my life, and I want people that I can trust. Again, it goes back to, meeting new people is always fun for me. You know, that's why I'm so excited for Furry Weekend in Atlanta. In like a month or two. You know? It's just one of those things. But I feel like that's just a people in general sort of thing. Let's see. Have I personally been affected by this? Again, I feel like I have. Again. Because, hey, there have been times in my practice where I literally didn't know any better and bought, like, a thing of white sage. I would never do that, intentionally these days. And again, I am more careful when it comes to, like those, like, witchcraft subscription boxes or whatever the hell. You know? It's just about being more careful, you know? Anyway, so I think that's my part of this feel for now. Let's see, what's next? Should there be paywall communities and online courses? I feel like that's up to the people putting up the paywall, and, you know, like, of course, that bugs me a little bit. And I feel like it really depends on who, because I feel like, that affects accountability, which, again, is something this community, I feel like, needs a little bit more of. Like, especially, like, accidentally, like, throwing up symbols you're not supposed to, or stuff like that, or, like, I'm just, like, kind of, I don't want to say not following what everyone else is following, because, again, that's the point of witchcraft for me, or one of the major points of witchcraft for me. We need a timer for, how many times, I lose my train of thought during this video. I'm so painfully easily distracted. But anyways, yeah, like, again, it is kind of frustrating to have, like, paywalls in a community. But it also, it just, like, really depends on, what's being taught, you know, like, what's being taught, who's doing the teaching, and, like, just kind of, like, making sure they're teaching the right thing, and, like, they're not using that paywall to hide, like, cultural appropriation, or just, like, going down, like, the more, like, right-wing in parts of, paganism, and stuff like that. You know, like, I get, of course, like, if it's, like, paywalls because someone is spreading, like, their harmless, private craft, then sure, that's fine. But if they're, like, actively preaching things that can get people hurt or worse, then maybe call those people out, because maybe that's a cult. Let's see. How does one ensure the authenticity of courses? Again, this is just research your shit, and research your shit, and maybe like if there's reviews available, make sure you're reading those reviews. You know, I'm always someone who's reading the reviews before, or I'm trying to get into the habit of always making sure I know what's going on before shit gets south real fast. Because hey, guess what? I'm autistic and sometimes I don't read situations correctly. So sometimes it's important to take a step back and just maybe ask someone else what's going on. Because, again, sometimes it's just hard to tell who to trust. But I feel like that's just life on the internet in general. You know, sometimes you just don't know who the fuck to trust. And that's not always fun. But, and again, it's just your intuition thing, too. You know, a lot of witchcraft is about trusting your intuition. So I feel like, why not use that to deduce like your vibes about a class or someone or something in the community? You know, that's just important. What are some topics of conversation I'd like to see more of in our community? Okay, as a neurodivergent witch, I do kind of want to see like more conversation on just like, I know there are plenty of like ADHD witches, but I feel like nothing much gets said about our autistic witches, which is kind of an oof. For me at least, like I feel like we do need more discussion on like autism and witchcraft. But again, that's 100% just me. Like I feel like witchcraft as well as spaces where it's so big, there are kind of its own like little micro communities. It's kind of like the same thing with furry too. I'm sorry I'm kind of sorry for comparing witchcraft to furry this entire time. But listen, I'm a pagan witch. I get to make those comparisons, okay? Those are mine to make. Anyways, again, like, there's like little micro communities within the witchcraft community. I feel like there's like, you have like your queer pagans, like, and of course, there is just for disabled pagans, but I feel like, as someone who's kind of like starting to accept, well, I don't really like to call it a label, because I don't like to call anything labels, but like, it was just kind of now, I mean, I'm 24, almost 25, I've known I'm autistic. Like, my parents have known I'm autistic for, like, practically my whole life, but only now am I kind of accepting that, hey, I'm disabled. You know, like, that's, I feel like, yeah, just, like, so, like, not everyone who, again, like, not everyone who's autistic is comfortable with, calling themselves disabled. I mean, again, I'm just getting in touch with that for the first time. Because, again, I'm not really used to using that label for myself. Like, I've always had, like, special therapies and stuff like that, but I never really consider myself disabled, you know? Like, yeah, I have a hard time in school. Like, yeah, I'm about to head into my 6th attempt at the same math class in a community college. But, I'm just not used to calling myself disabled yet. You know, like, and I feel like I did have, like, a lot of, like, internalized, ableism with that, too. Just, like, yeah, but I don't feel like I'm disabled. You know, like at the same time, I've always had people helping me. Like, I've always had extra help in the classroom. I was that kid who always had extra help. You know, or, like, had special devices. Like, I never, like, needed, like, a TTS device or anything like that. But, like, I've always had, like, special, like, sensory combs and brushes and all that growing up. You know, it's, like, this weird thing of acceptance. And I'm not sure how this got so far from being into the witchcraft community. I'm trying to figure out how to loop it back. But, I just, like, kind of, like, more support for, our neurodivergent folks in the craft. Let's see, what are my community needs? I don't really feel like I need anything from the community. But maybe that's because I'm still kind of small. Or really small. Like, of course, like, I could say, like, the obvious, like, hey, stop appropriating, stay in your lane, no fighting, no biting, no pushing, no shoving. You know, like, I guess I could talk about, like, I guess I feel like there is, like, some policing going on with, like, but I feel like that's mainly on TikTok, and I don't use TikTok, and, I'm never gonna be on TikTok ever again, or at least that's what I say, but, you know, like, I don't like TikTok as a platform. Or, like, at all in general. You know, it's just never been for me. It's kind of, like, I feel like we just need to not be doing short form content in order to get, like, spells and stuff across. Spells that, mind you, could be life or death. If, you do one thing wrong, like, hey, we need to be more aware of, like, I do feel like we're pretty good at making each other aware of, like, hey, what you should not be putting in water, or, like, hey, don't put malachite in water. But yeah, that's just, like, my opinion. Where would I like to be held and supported? Like, again, as a growing creator who, again, I am a VTuber who occasionally does witchcraft content. And hey, I don't mind being called out when I do dumb shit. Like, hey, call me, again, just like, call me out when I do stupid shit. And, and like, as I, like, grow as a creator. Again, both as, like, both as a content creator who, again, just, like, occasionally shares witchcraft content. You know, that's where I am right now. That's my vibe. You know what? I kind of dig it. I like being able to be like a dragon fox on the internet and also share what the fuck or show what the fuck candle I burned today and stuff like that. You know, like that's really special to me. I'm gonna skip where do I feel like I'm not being truly seen by my community because I'm not being seen by my community at all. I don't really exist in my community at all. But I would like to see like more witchy VTubers, like more like I feel like more like pagan content creators or pagan VTubers be. I feel like that would be fun, but again, that's just me. That's just me. Like I'm okay with y'all fleshies for now. But I do want to see a few more like pagan VTubers and stuff. And hey, hopefully by putting this out there, maybe I will be spreading this to a broader audience. You know, it's just those little nudges. Sometimes you just need to nudge things the right way to get the ball rolling, right? Let's see. How can we help each other? Oh, excuse me. How can we help each other in removing the external peer pressure and grow in community? I feel like this weird push to conform when there's something to conform to is really weird. Like I really don't think we should be. Of course, I'm not like saying, oh, we should be as hyper individual. Well, no one can worship the same deity. But I'm just like trying to say like, hey, what if we just like let each other worship our craft or like do our craft the way we want to do our craft, you know, like. And of course there are like as long as you aren't hurting anybody or like doing cultural appropriation or like again no biting, no fighting, no pushing, no shoving. Stay in line. Yeah. I feel like that. I think that is a. I think that just kind of sums up a majority of like my community, just like or like my part of like witchcraft community. Like as long as you aren't hurting anybody, you do you. As long as you aren't appropriating, you do you. And again, like, and as long as you aren't policing the craft, which is so bullshit. And people just like try to police, especially like when people are where like people do like this thing and everyone in the community does is cultural appropriation. Like I don't remember when this was, but I remember someone trying to like say like tarot was cultural appropriation or like Ouija was cultural appropriation or like anything that's like not what your ancestors did, like what I've done is cultural appropriation, which again I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't really like it. Like again, like actually no, that's not a you do you. That's a hey, why don't you just go enjoy your own craft your own way, and don't bother anybody about it, because we're trying to do our craft our own ways. You know, like again, there's so much variety in this goofy little community we have that just kind of decided, hey, let's be part of this community that worships these old gods, and or at least some of us worship these old gods, and we kind of do it our own way. Like I really like that about our community. Let's see. How can we come together as a community with more constructive criticism without it seeming shady / passive aggressive? I'm not sure. Listen, I can't even listen. Most of the time, I can't even tell when someone is being passive aggressive to me. Don't ask me that question. Like, listen, I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Let's see. How can we as a community do better when we receive criticism and feedback? Again, this is one of those things where you, research what's being criticized. Do your own research. Like, do your own research. Do your own thing. And just kind of check back. You know, like if some drama is going down in the witchcraft community, which again, I'm a VTuber in the furry community. Okay, I see a lot of drama all the time. I feel like it's just a part of life on the internet. It's all drama. But like, I feel like it's always important to take a step back when like something's on fire, you know, in any digital community at all. And I think we need to do that when it comes to like, especially when it's one of those things where like someone's going like, oh, this thing that everyone does in the craft is cultural appropriation. Again, like, I'm not trying to say that we should ignore those people. We should listen and do our own research and kind of our own conclusions. Like, I feel like coming to conclusions as a whole ass community was something that's ever visualistic as witchcraft is a little dangerous, honestly. You know, like, again, like, as long as you aren't doing anything bad, doing anything that harms the community or yourself or anybody else, I feel like it's fine. Oh, my door just opened again. It scared the crap out of me. Damn. Oh, that just fell. Oh, spooky. Anyways, who are some community members that I look up to that are reliable resources and aspirations? For me, my big number one is Hearth Witch. I love her, and I think her birthday is on like the same day as mine. So I think that's really cool. Like, hey, Hearth. I'm just some random ass furry VTuber who's doing this painting questions, but if you see this video, hey girl, hey. Like, okay, that's kind of cool. Anyways, I also like Chaotic Witch Chant. Like, I feel like they're really cool, and their practice is super cool too. Like, I think their practice is fun. There have been some creators I've been meaning to get into. Well, let me look their name up. But I think they do Norse stuff, which I'm trying to get a little bit more into. Hold on. Let me see. Let me just. Cool. T. Again. Oh yeah, Witch of Wonderlust. She's cool too. I do like her. Again, I'm bad with knowing people's pronouns. I mean, the occultist, I actually haven't heard of her. Sorry. Hold on, I'm trying to find out that one Norse. There's Heart Switch. Again, I've already talked about her. And come to the conclusion that Heart Switch is pretty cool. Let's see. That's not her. That's not them. Tea Party. I'm looking so hard right now. Let's see. Witch of Wonderlust. I'm looking really deep, guys. Oh, the Norse Witch, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I think I'm at the end of this. I do want to do like just spread a little positivity at the end of this. Just like what I like the most about this community. Like, I love how queer the witchcraft community is. I love how open and accepting it is. Like, again, like as I said, there's always going to be like a more queer, disabled, open, XYZ side of any community, but I feel like I really just kind of vibe with like the deeper part of or like the more like I just like the witchcraft community. Like again, this is my first time doing anything big. Wasn't it like doing like some sort of tag? And hey, maybe if there's another tag that gets popular and blows up, I'll probably be covering it. You know, like, I really do like talking about witchcraft and just kind of like my community, because I love my community, even though none of them know me yet, because this is my first time doing a witchcraft video or a witchcraft stream. But yeah, I guess like some final thoughts, or I guess those are my final thoughts. So that, again, like, hey, if you're seeing this, this is probably the first stream or a VOD or video or whatever the fuck you're seeing of me. Hi, my name is Neon Moon BT. I hope you liked this. I hope you liked this. Because I had fun. I had fun with this. Even if we talked about like some deeper subjects. But again, hi, bigger witchcraft community. I know this is not like, this isn't your typical occult tea, and I feel like that's okay. I feel like just doing like being a witchy VTuber, that's kind of a vibe. Like that's fine. But yeah, I hope you had a good time. Let's check out who we can raid. Because I am gonna raid someone. Let's see. Who is on? Who is vibing? Who is on?
Together.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna pop you into some tarot stuff. Oh yeah, I do want to do some shit for Eclipse Season 2. I'm so excited for the clip. For the Eclipse, I already have glasses in. Let's see. Yeah, I already have my glasses in, and I have some really cool art supplies coming in too that you'll see when they get here. Like I have the day all cleared out to show you my shiny new art supplies, and I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to show it off. Like I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm just like you know, like those times when you're just like checking like your package tracking app or whatever the fuck, like 24/7. That's what I'm doing with this. Like, I am so excited for this. You guys don't even know how excited I am here. And as I'm going to be finishing this art up, because this is going to be my thumbnail. Let's see who we can send you off to. Let's see. Oh, Iron Rust is doing some shit. Let's see. I'm not really vibing with anyone tonight. So, yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. Sorry it was a little bit of a scuff stream. But you know, I still had fun. I have fun on these streams, you know. Like I love these streams. I love doing them. And again, like, hey, if there's another like hashtag that goes around like the witchcraft community or any other community I'm a part of in general, let me know and I'll probably do a stream on it because this was super fun just to like draw and chat about witch shit. I really want to do more streams where you just draw and chat about witch shit. Like, that's fun. Anyways, yeah, I hope you had a good time. I do too. Bye now.